Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. And I'm excited because today is Kandid Korner Day. Woo! So excited. And I think I got a pretty interesting topic that I wanted to chop it up with y'all about, and so hopefully this goes all well. But I wanted to have like a little bit more structure than I did last time, but not too like, oh, because I'm not trying to be lecturing. You know what I mean? What did Nipsey say? He said, I ain't trying to preach, I ain't trying to lecture. Like, so yeah, I'm not trying to be on, like that, but I just like love this because this is just like the opportunity to like really chop it up and just bring forth all the things that I have inside and just kind of work through everything and share my triumphs and trials, tribulations, pitfalls, fuck ups, the usual. So but yeah, so I'm so excited to do that. And then I decided to do it in my room today because I was like, I don't feel like I just wanted to like lay down. I just wanted to be like a little more comfortable and stuff. And Pharaoh is here. He's over there though. He's on my sitting on my vanity. And I still got my candles going in the back, and I got some fresh flowers that I just got today. There's like some tulips, and they're really like pretty. Like I know they're gonna be pretty. They haven't bloomed yet, but I don't know what that was. Oh, but anyway, so yeah, so today is Kandid Korner episode number two. So let's jump into it, you guys. Come on. So today, this Kandid Korner is very near and dear to my little heart. I wanted to talk about my weight loss journey. So because a lot of people don't know, like a lot of people don't know about it. Like people know that I've lost weight and stuff, but they don't know like the story. So and how it really ties into something much bigger. So so basically, let me put it to y'all this way. Like, I was big as fuck. Okay. When I had my son in 2016, and when I had him going into the hospital, I weighed 239 pounds. Okay. Having him 239. All right. You hear me? So at 239, here, go out, Papa. Yeah, so I had him. What? You guys, I'm trying to record. You guys don't even care. Well, you guys better come in and say hi and then get to going.
Hi.
There's Loyal. There's Leia. There's Loyal and Leia. My Bibles. My Bibles. All right, you guys go ahead. Go out there. You guys can have some, there's drumsticks in there. Candy. I mean, ice cream drumsticks.
I want some. So can we have ice cream?
Oh, Lord. I had two babies. Like, oh my God. Okay, but anyway, so where was I at? I don't even remember where I left off. Okay, so I had just started. So yeah, so I was 239 pounds when I gave birth to my son. I had a C-section, so I was in the hospital for a couple of days. And then, I think when I left the hospital, I was like 220, like 6 or something like that. So 220, mid 220. So, which is, that's pretty normal. Like you lose, some of the weight just from having the baby and all that other shit. And so, so I was like 226, 225, around there. And I would probably say that I lost about 10 more pounds. I got down to like 216, and just from breastfeeding, because I was breastfeeding. So just from breastfeeding and stuff, and obviously you have a newborn baby, you don't get to fucking eat. You don't, you know what I'm saying? You're just a zombie. You're just like a, you know what I'm saying? You're just like a zombie that produces milk. and you just getting just like, you know what I mean? So yeah, so I would say I officially was like 216, 215. And I just kind of, you know, whatever, I was at that weight. And then I would say in August, I just really went through something and it broke me. And so in August, I decided that it was time for a change. And so obviously the first thing is, you know, of course, after you have a baby, you know what I'm saying, you feel like you're out of shape, you don't feel pretty, you don't feel good, you know what I'm saying, and like physically anyway, at least I didn't. You know, I really struggled with my weight, and you know how big I got, and of course I got stretch marks and everything else, like just the gauntlet of just typical shit is what happens when you have a baby. To a lot of us, not everybody, but so in August, I decided like, okay, I'm gonna make a change. So I started going to the gym. And in August of 2016, thus the weight loss journey began. And I worked out like 4 times a week. And you know, for probably about, you know, an hour and a half, 2 hours a day. I didn't like have like no strenuous like regimen or anything. I played basketball. I walked, jogged, did stuff on the treadmill, and you know, a little bit of like with the weight machines and stuff. Not too much though. So just doing that. So I did that for shit like 2 years. I would say I was like 2 years. So but I want to say, I think at like by the end of the year, I had got down to like, I remember I hit 199 and I was like, yes, like I'm out of the 200s, like this is the best thing ever. And so I was like, you know, it was like hella cool, because I was like, okay, I'm really seeing progress now. Now I know that I'm progressing. And so I'm losing weight. You know, 2017, like I said, just whatever, I'm still working out. Weight loss is slow, but it's still there. And I want to say at like towards the end of 2018, or coming up like mid 2018, I like hit like a plateau for my weight loss. And so I kept bouncing between 190, 180 and 190. So it was like, I would, you know, I'd get to 189. I'm like, cool, I'm making more progress. Get down to, you know, 183 and then bounce back up to 189. It was like this teeter totter. And then I just stayed in that realm for a little bit of time. Like it was kind of, you know, kind of a lot of time. And, I was, you know what I'm saying, I was kind of like disappointed and stuff, because I was like, dang, I'm still working out. Like, why am I hitting this plateau? And it was just like really hard for me. And at the time I was working at the Cheesecake Factory. So of course I was eating, you know, I'm eating the bread, and you gotta eat the motherfucking bread. So I'm eating bread, you know what I'm saying? I'm eating food from there and all that kind of shit. So the first thing that I did was I stopped eating everything from there. Like I did not eat anything from there, except for like a banana or something. I would, you know, say like snag a piece of fruit or some shit like that. But I didn't eat any food from there, and that helps. And I lost like 10 pounds, like easy, just like boom. So then I got to like 170, and I'm like, okay, cool. So into 2018, I stopped going into 2019. I was just like, I started having like this very strange like feeling. I had this weird feeling like inside that I was like, I gotta get out of here. Like I gotta do something. I have to be doing something. Something is not right. I felt, the best way I can describe it is like being uncomfortable in your skin. Like literally feeling uncomfortable under your skin. So, you know, and I was like, I'm so tired of feeling like this. Like, and I had been feeling like this for, you know what I'm saying? I had been feeling, I was still hurt and sad and stuff, but I was pushing through and focusing. And like I said, I was going to, I mean, I didn't even tell you guys, I was, you know, I was going to school at the time to become a counselor and a social worker. So I was going to school. I had started back working. Obviously, I had my baby and I still have my daughter. So, you know, I was just doing just like boom, 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 boom. I'm going, and I'm trying to focus on my weight loss. And so anyway, so in like 2019, I really was like, this is, this is, something has to change. So I don't remember exactly how I did it, but I remember telling myself like, Tandrea, you're in this place where you're at. You can either continue to suffer or you can change and adjust and look at things in a different way. And that's what I did. So I completely, like, I just shifted my energy. I shifted my energy from focusing on the negative and what I didn't have and what wasn't happening and all that other shit. And I just focused on being thankful for what I did have, all the places I was, the place that I had gotten to. And it was like things just started to look different. It was like a veil being like lifted over from my eyes, like, you know what I'm saying? It was like this weird cloud that just kind of started to dissipate. It was like, and I started just really looking at everything, and I mean like everything around me, like noticing the difference in the clouds and the difference in the wind and how the sun felt. And I remember one time I was walking into work and the sun was out, and I just happened to look down at my arm, and the sun just glistening on my arm, and it was like sparkling underneath like my skin. And I was like, oh shit, this must be that melanin magic these niggas be talking about. I was like, okay, you feel me? I was like, oh my God, like that's what that is. So but yeah, so I like really shifted my energy and started to really focus on the positive and putting good out, because I was like, there's so much good in here on the inside that I've been walking around harboring it and just, you know what I'm saying, like looking at the world so negatively and looking at people so negatively in situations. So finding just the negative in the situations. And I said, no more of that. I'm not doing that anymore. I want different for my life. And so that's what I did. And I say all that to say, I want to say, and this was at like I said, like the beginning of 2019. And I would say by March, something happened. And it was just like life became fascinating and life became like magical. And I started to see people in beautiful ways and really start to like love life. And in the process of doing that, I found that I was able to let go of all the things that I was sad about, the things that I was mad about, all my anger, my rage, my frustration, my disappointment, my just everything that I was harboring and holding on to. I found that it no longer, like, I didn't give a fuck no more. Hold on, baby. Like, Baba, I'm trying to record, baby. You gotta go out there, Baba. You guys need to, I hope my foot's not ashy. You see my foot looking ashy in the camera. I need to do my toes again anyway. Okay, shut the door, please. But no, what? Like, okay, so where was I at? No, I let go. So I just let go of all the things that I could not carry anymore. I was no longer able to say, okay, this I was like, everything that I was seeing and feeling and all of those just pent up just emotions and things that I didn't deal with. And I was just like, I cannot carry this shit with me anymore. I cannot. I'm not gonna make it. And so I let it go. And I didn't even like consciously let it go. I feel like I said, something just went. And as soon as I did that, I promise you guys, that plateau, that weight plateau that I said that I was at, that shit just, the weight just, it melted off. I promise you, like, I stopped. I didn't have cravings for things. I didn't desire anything that was just like, it's like food was just, my outlook on food just changed too. It was like, I could no longer even tolerate certain shit. Like, I couldn't eat it. Like, could not stomach it. Like, if I ate something, I would get sick. Like, I'm like, I don't feel good. I ate, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So it just changed my whole outlook. And when I look at it now and think back on it, I know it was my soul's way of releasing everything. So it wasn't what I literally worked off all the weight that I could, like, physically, like, so working out and, you know what I'm saying, trying to watch what I eat and doing all that shit, like, that was like, okay, yeah, like, I did what I could with that. But I didn't realize that that last 30 pounds, you know what I mean, had nothing to do with actual weight. It was my soul. Soul was so heavy with nonsense and so much gibberish and so much fuck shit. And I let that go and the weight came off. And I promise you guys, it was like, it was a very short time too, like, quick. Like, I think maybe, you know, like 2 months, maybe. So by, you know, by summer, I was like, oh shit, like, oh my God, like, I'm the weight, like, I feel comfortable, like, this is my weight, like, this is where I wanted to be. And so I got, the smallest I got down to was 151. And I was like, whoa, okay, this is enough. I don't want to get that any smaller. So so I got to 151 and I was like, oh shit, you know, let me let me be a little careful. And so what's happened was I just stayed at, so I got up to like 155 and then I've stayed there pretty much for like 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? Going on, it's like a year and a half now. And so I 155, I keep teeter-tottering between 155 and 157. So it's not really like, you know what I'm saying, a big thing, but so I got like, you know what I'm saying, I got to like my optimal weight. And then, like I said, it's been a year and a half and of keeping the weight off, and in doing so, like, I haven't even, you know, I don't like work out. I eat what I want to eat. I don't like overly diet or you know, do anything like crazy. I do try to like intermittently fast because it's just good for me. And it's just nice for me to allow my body to just kind of, you know, like get rid of everything and just kind of just like don't pile on stuff. So I am an advocate or a fan of intermittent fasting. And there's all types of levels of it too. So you can find whichever one works for you. For me, it's just like water. you know, cucumber water for a day, type shit. And, you know, for some people it's like 7-day fast, or for some people it's I only eat fruits and vegetables. Some people it's I only drink smoothies. So just, you know, you just find whatever excuse me, like whatever like works for you when it comes to fasting. But I forgot where it was at. But anyways, yeah, so I was just able to keep the weight off for like a year and a half. And it's crazy because, you know, like people will see me and be like, oh my God, you lost weight. Or, you know, saying, how did you get so tiny? And, you know, da 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 da. And I'm like, it's kind of hard to explain to people. Like, I really didn't try. It just happened. Like, when I let go and I allowed my soul to just guide me and send me where I needed to be. And it did everything for me. And that's really what this whole shit is about. It's not really about the weight loss, but more so about allowing your soul to guide and be your compass when it comes to this life shit. Because I don't feel like our minds want to let us do that. Like, our minds are like ego, and they want to tell us like, oh, you know what I'm saying, like that's a whole nother like different subject. Allowing my soul to be my compass when it came to that, and really relinquishing that control really helped me get to where I needed to go. And it was such like a life altering thing that I didn't even realize was happening. Like, but it really sparked something. Or say this, I did. So what I believe was happening was when that break happened, it was really the catalyst to start a spiritual journey. It wasn't a weight loss journey, it was a spiritual journey. But I was only able to channel it channel it like in a weight loss type of aspect, because I was unaware of how truly important what happened was going to change my life and change me for the better. Stop trying to conform and think that people aren't going to accept you for who you are, because the fact of the matter is, if they're your people, then they will. If they're not my people, then they won't. And then it doesn't matter. It doesn't make them bad. It doesn't make me bad. It just makes it okay. And it makes it more of an understanding. And it's something that's been so beautiful to me in this whole process, is just how compassionate and more empathetic that I've been able to become. Like, and when I say like my empathy, like my empath level just like shot through the fucking roof. And it was like, it's like scary sometimes, because you know, sometimes I can't handle it and it becomes overwhelming. So sometimes I can walk into a room and become overwhelmed by all the energy in the room. And sometimes I can walk into a room and give all of my energy and just try to lift up where I'm at. You know, and sometimes I'm not able to discern between my emotions and other my feelings and other people's feelings, other people's emotions and my emotions, because I pick up on them sometimes. But I also learned just recently that a big thing with that is learning to really harness that ability, is the ability to say, yes, I recognize it, I acknowledge it, but I do not, I don't accept it. I don't have to take on everything that I feel. So that's something that I'm working on, and that's something that I hope you guys can work on if you notice that about yourself. If because yeah, sometimes like I'll be like physically like sick and for no reason, or I'll be like, I'll have a headache all day for no reason. I got enough sleep, I got enough food, I'm drinking enough water. Like, there's no reason for me to have a headache, and I'll just not feel good. And then, you know, I could talk to somebody the next day, or, you know what I'm saying? And then they tell me like, oh man, you know, I was sick yesterday, and I'll be like, is that right? You know, like it's like this weird kind of, you know, like it doesn't happen all the time, but I noticed that the times when I'm really feeling like off, or I'm just feeling like really unsettled, like inside, it's usually somebody that I care about is going through something, or is sick, or um you know, is struggling with something. So it's just part of the spiritual journey has shown me like um all these gifts and like talents and like all these things. I think they're fucking superpowers and shit. So I'm trying to harness them and really learn and grow and be like my best self. And part of that is like embracing who the fuck I am. And that's part of who the fuck I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just, it makes me smile because it's so like empowering to know that it's empowering to know that you have these gifts and that you're given these things, like, and I didn't have to do anything to get them. Or so in the process of learning that and realizing like, oh shit, like Tandra, you've kind of always had like this, you just have like this thing. And I don't really like to say it that much, but you know what I mean? Like, I just hear a lot of double speech, and I just be knowing shit, and I don't be like, you know, I try not to overuse it because it can get heavy. But just learning how to navigate through this, and learning how to use it, and just be like, oh, okay, like being really comfortable in my knowing, and being comfortable in my skin, and knowing that all this shit is for a purpose. I'm just so thankful and grateful to have these opportunities to share this type of stuff, and to do these type of things, and you know, hopefully like shed some light and illuminate some path in some way for somebody out there who struggling and don't know that they're struggling with what they're struggling with, and they think it's something else, and then you try to cope, and then you try to, you know, get, you know what I'm saying, you try to mask it, try to cover it up, try, you know what I'm saying, you smoke, you know what I'm saying, smoke too much weed, drinking too much, which I have. Sometimes I drink too much, but you know, you know what I'm saying, or you just try to work it away, you try to exercise it away, you try to push these things down, and it's really just your soul's way of trying to authenticate itself and be like, let me take the reins, you sit your ass back in the back and be quiet, let me do what I need to do so we can get where the fuck we need to go. Because that is what's magical to me, is that the soul knows, and we have all these outside sources and all these different things and different voices and different opinions and all these societal constraints and all that fuck shit that keeps you from really exploring yourself and being yourself, and then sharing yourself with the world. So a big part of expression and self-discovery for me has been journaling. So this is one of the dopest things I feel like that you can do for yourself, because you don't have to share it with anybody, you don't have to hide, you don't have to be mindful, you're not judging yourself in your journal. And I think it's a good way to just work through things and put your ideas and all your thoughts and anything that you are going through. You can talk to yourself, and essentially you're talking to the universe, and you're setting things up to manifest. And so like, this is just an awesome tool. And I don't know I don't know what people if people, a lot of people do this. I don't know if a lot of, I hope that a lot of people do this, but I put, you know, like I said, I put my ideas for, you know, for businesses, for Wise Enough Makeup started in here, like, you know, all my things that I can think of and thoughts and all the shit that I'm trying to work through, and even just writing out my emotions, whatever I'm feeling for the day, can bring peace. And you know, I write some poetry in here. I've been writing a lot of poetry in my phone lately, but I like to write, like actually write it too. So this is just one of those like beautiful things that if y'all don't have one, please get one. Like, even if you just start and just write, fuck, I hate everything. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, because you can go back and look at that and be like, damn, that was a year ago. I fucking hated everything, is what I said. And now look at me today. I am, you know what I'm saying? I'm loving life. I'm loving everything. I'm loving myself. I'm loving what's happening within me. And you know, and you can really see how whatever you put down can manifest and just become like a reality, because we really are powerful beings. Like, they don't want us to know that, but we are so powerful. And if we are able to really harness that ability and really love ourselves in the process of doing that, like, we can really change the world. And that's what I think is so important about all of this shit, is because you can grow and you turn within to find yourself. Like, you don't go outside of anything, you don't go outside of yourself to find yourself. You have to go in. You can't run from yourself. Sometimes it feels like you need to, and I understand that, because, you know what I'm saying, sometimes you do. Sometimes you feel like you have to run away and get lost, and that's where you find yourself. But when you really look at the concept, is that whatever you were running from was outside, and you were running back to yourself. Like, you needed to run back to yourself. So I just think it's so important for us, especially as, you know, saying, like, Black women. This is for everybody, but, you know what I'm saying, for Black women, Black girls, Black teenagers, to really, like, know yourself and love yourself and embrace yourself and be confident and build yourself up and be your biggest supporter, be your biggest fan, and not allow other people's opinions, ideas, and their restrictions and limitations of their lives become part of you. Because you live your life. You are your life. Nobody else can live it. And so your soul is unique and it's here for a purpose. So I just think that it's something amazing, and I think that we as people and can lift and shift the whole consciousness of this world, and so we can get back to the earth, because I feel like we're living in the world, but we're part of the earth. Like, we come from the earth. That's why, you know, the ocean is so peaceful and so beautiful. That's why the moon and the stars and, you know, like, just the trees and the wind and all these beautiful, like, the things that really touch you in ways you don't really realize, and create such an ambiance that we take for granted, but it's fucking beautiful. Like, if you really just sit and really just be present, which is something that I learned too recently and been working on, like, with the vengeance, is like, I just being like present. The moon and the ocean, like, oh my God, like, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. Like, I'm pretty sure I come from there. Like, I don't think I'm from here anyway, but, like, it's just something about, like, you put those together, like, you're on the water and you see the moon, and oh my God. Like, I'm all the way on the inside, like, just like flame just rising. It's just like, it's this crazy feeling and just gives me like goosebumps and just be all tingly and stuff. It just is everything to me. Just turns me all the way like, oh shit, what the fuck is this? Like, I'll be so excited. And I I mean, I'm just saying, I just feel like I said, this is about like my weight loss journey. Started like a weight loss journey, but it really was not a weight loss journey. And so that's why I feel like if people may be struggling with weight or struggling with their weight, like, really turn in and think about what you're really holding on to, what's really weighing you down, like, what's really weighing you down, because ultimately that shit is just a symptom. um you know, it's really just a symptom. It's not the cause. It's not the underlying reason. And so there's so many ways to just tap into yourself and tap into your power and take that shit back and run with that shit. Like, there's so many there's just so much beauty and so much wonderful things, and there's so much to offer, and everybody, you know, like, there's beautiful people out there, and you know what I'm saying, like, find those beautiful people, find your people that can help you along that journey. Like, you don't have to do this shit alone. So just, yeah, just think about that. And it's just something that's been on my spirit for a long time. I wanted to talk about you know, my weight loss, because, you know what I'm saying, I got tired of hearing, you know, slick comments and shit about my weight, and, you know, being like, what did you do? You're on drugs, or what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck you so worried about the size of my jeans? You worry about the size of your shit. Like, don't worry about me. I don't have to explain that, because people will ask me like, oh, well, what did you do? And it's hard to explain. Like, I can't just be like, oh, yeah, it was just, I just did this. Like, people want you to just have some magic pill about how you lost weight, but it's like, it's not a magic pill. It was more of a letting go, and, like I said, a soul search, and a soul, like I said, just allowing my soul to take the helm. And that's really how I was able to lose the weight, not because of the shit that I was doing or not doing. You know, ultimately what it came down to, I still had to do some work, of course, but is that not life? Like, you're gonna have to do something. You can't just assume and think that the shit's just gonna, like, you do have to do some work. But I know that when you're moving in the direction that you're supposed to move, things unfold, and it happens like in a beautiful way. And so I just think it's amazing, and I'm so glad I could share that with y'all. And I hope that you know, I hope that y'all can take what I'm saying and really, you know, whatever, what's the word, oh my god, brain be freezelations, like my little curls. I just appreciate you guys so much, and I'm so thankful to have this platform and to share all my knowledge and things that I've been through, things that I'm going through, working through shit in real time. Oh, but I wanted to mention this book too. Emotional Agility. It's called Emotional Agility by, what's her name? Susan David. And this book was awesome. I'm reading it for the second time. I've been slacking on my reading lately on some real shit. I've really been slacking. But I started reading this for the second time because I think it's really important to be able to be able to bend and sway and flow and move throughout your life. And you can't be rigid and stiff, otherwise you're gonna break. Big point. You don't want to break. You got to be able to bend. You got to be able to sway and you got to be able to bounce back. So I think that's important. So I wanted to drop that one in there. Emotional agility. And please, 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 if you don't have one, get one. It's such a wonderful tool, and it doesn't cost nothing. It don't matter what size, what it looks like, but it's just an amazing tool and an amazing gift you can give for yourself or give to a loved one. Or, you know what I'm saying, just even, you know, even my daughter has one, like she's 8, but it's so important to share and just, if you just share with yourself and just be yourself and just love yourself, because there's so much to love. And don't be harboring that love either. Don't be all stingy. Dang, y'all be so fucking stingy. I said it. That's right, I said it. Y'all need to stop being so stingy. Share your love. Share your love. But I love you guys so much, and I'm so thankful, and I hope you guys stuck through the whole video. I'm gonna have to edit some of this shit out because it was just, like I said, that kids kept busting in, being all loud and shit. Like, damn it. See what happens when you're trying to do something? Like, they don't give a fuck. But but no, I'm so thankful, and I love you guys. Please have a wonderful, wonderful week. Do some self-care, do some self-love, share some love, give some love, be light. Okay? All right, I love you guys. Wisen up, bitch.